2016. We're reading the book, What I Believe, by Birdseye and Birdseye.
Ali?
It looks like Ali is the name. It seems to be a boy. I believe he's the Muslim boy.
My parents are from Egypt, but I was born in California 12 years ago. I have one younger brother and sister, and two sisters who are older than me. My favorite sport is basketball. I play a lot. I used to spend my money on sports cards, but not so much anymore. I like to sit around with my friends from middle school. I remember this when Anthony was young.
All right.
This is like from here on out, I remember it.
Good. So there are a total of 5 children in his family. He has a mother and a father.
I am a Muslim, and it means everything to me. It's my life. I believe that there is only one God, who is gracious and most merciful, and that Prophet Muhammad is the last messenger of God. God has 99 names. We used to have all 99 of them on paper, and my mom would recite them to us in Arabic. The most common one is Allah. Now I remember this.
Very good.
Yeah, God's most common name is Allah. Now, come on.
Keep going, my son.
I remember it.
Why not keep going? You'll be done soon.
Arabic is the language of Islam. We have Arabic school every Sunday. My mom is our teacher. I got most of my information from my mom and my dad. My mom is an important part of the family. She keeps herself covered around men, even her face with a scarf, except at home with our family. That's what it says in the Caron. My dad supports the family, and he sits down with us and helps us read the Quran with our mom. The Quran is God's word. If you read one verse of the Quran, you think, no person could have made this up. This is kind of embarrassing, but when I was a little kid, I used to hug the wind.
The wind, yes. Air.
Because I thought the God was everywhere. See, I remember this.
Very good. Help me remember it.
Now I know that I can't see or hug God, but he is still there. I believe in him. When I pray to God, I face the Kaaba, which is a mosque in Saudi Arabia. A mosque is the house of God. I touch my forehead and nose to the ground. That's the way the Prophet Muhammad told us how to pray, kneeling before God. There are 5 prayers during the day. Prayer is the first one. It starts before the sun comes up. Then there's Dubar, which starts about noon. And then Asr, which is from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Maghrib is at sundown. Isha is the final prayer. I pray verses from the Quran. I've memorized a lot of the Quran. Every day, all the 5 prayers are held at the mosque. On Friday, a person gives a speech, and then we pray. If I pray at the mosque, I get twice the good deeds. I can pray at my house too. I don't get as many good deeds, but I still get some. In Islam, we believe there are good deeds and bad deeds. The good deeds are like whenever I pray or give to charity, or if I help any person, like an old woman crossing the street. If I smile at someone, that's a good deed too. Bad deeds are things that God wouldn't like. If I eat pork or drink alcohol, those are bad deeds. If I do bad things to anybody, like hit somebody or say a cuss word, then I get a bad deed. God expects me to fast during the sacred month of Ramadan. Ramadan is 29 or 30 days, depending on the lunar calendar, and comes 11 days earlier each year, so it moves over time. In the morning during Ramadan, before the sun comes up, I eat and drink a lot so that I won't be thirsty. Then, when the sunlight comes up, I can't eat anymore until sundown. We say lots of verses from the Quran during Ramadan. I believe that God will forgive me for just about anything, except if I worship anything other than Allah, or worship someone equal to Allah. He is the one who created me and sent me to them. And if he could do all that and bring me back, then he could do anything he wants. We are not supposed to ask how God knows everything, or how he originated. But I know that God has been around from time and beyond. God sees from Adam to the last person on earth. Time doesn't exist for God. God is the greatest of all. I am dedicated to being a Muslim and following Islam. It keeps me away from bad things and helps me stay clean. It shows me the right path.
There was a video about a Muslim yesterday that said, you go to church and drink wine? It does sound different, right?
Yeah. But still, it's part of the Last Supper, so why don't the Muslims do that?
No, they don't drink alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, tough, huh? It's not easy. You pray 5 times, I think the first time's before sunup.
Oh yeah, and in Ramadan, you have to eat a lot in the morning, or else you'll be
Before
starving.
the sun comes up.
Yeah, or else you'll be starving, and you have to wake up early. Starving throughout the day. Really.
Religious and serious and it's tough.
Yes, sir.
It's easy being a Christian in comparison, right?
Or being an atheist.
Or being an atheist might have the easiest life at all. He doesn't have to do anything. Whatever he wants. But someone said that man invented God, or man invented religions. I think that man invented religions.
Yeah, I was about to say, maybe, like, there was no religion, or, like, the word for religion or whatever, but then there was a God, but then people started making up things, like religion.
In communist places, I went to Czechoslovakia when it was one country, and in Prague, I met a girl, and she said that they didn't have a God. They didn't pray to any God. Because the government had taken God away. The communists. Forbidden to go to church.
That makes no sense.
Well, you know how some Christians fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you go to church, okay, everybody, let's now go get our guns.
What?
For what? A friend from Peru mentioned how this church had trained civilians in the art of war. So the army just busted up the church and said, you're not going to overthrow our government. So all of this, the way I avoid the arguments, have you heard of Sula 3:55, something like that? It's like in the Caron, in the book that the Muslims read. In that one it says that God will do something for Jesus.
Oh, this is a trying. This looks cool on paper, and it's sparkling.
Uh-huh. And I will bless your followers. Something like that. So if the Quran is the word of God and the Bible is the word of God, they shouldn't contradict, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know how about now.
Do they contradict?
What? The Bible?
The Bible and the Quran.
I've never read the Quran.
Well, do you eat pork?
I used to. Not as a kid.
Why don't I eat pork, son?
Because you said that they cleaned it.
There are animals that clean the earth. I learned that at 24 years old or 23. 24. I was 24. A coworker told me. And before that, my mother had lied to me. I was about 16, yes, I was driving. I took my friend to my house, my mom's house, where I lived. And she mentioned that Well, he said, I invited him to eat, and he said, what is your mother cooking? I said, Mom, what are you cooking? She said, beef. And then he said, may I see it? And then he uncovered it. Daniel, this is pork. My mother is cooking the very same thing. And he was a vegetarian. So for years, my mother had lied to me. When your mother lies to you, you become slow in the brain because you are born to believe in your parents. And when they lie, you keep on believing in them. So what happened when I was 16 and I took a friend home that used to draw?
And was a vegetarian.
And vegetarian, and
Your mom lied and saved you.
yes, my mother
But
lied.
how do you tell if it's beef and pork? Like, come on, how do you tell?
Some people just by the smell. Others by the looks. It's amazing. Pause it. I didn't accept the envelope that was left on the bed that my wife brought from my mother because I don't want to speak to her again in my lifetime.
Really?
Really.
Even if she's giving you money.
Even if she's giving me money.
Can I have that money?
Your mother already took it, didn't she? Well, she'll probably return it. And you, beware. Beware means be careful. What your grandmother promises you, she may go back on her promises.
Because I got it to give it to you, but you don't want the $10?
No. Send it. No, don't open that envelope. Give it back to the original owner. And the original owner may give it to you. Don't covet thy neighbor's ass. What was that? But that's in the Bible. But you know what it means? Yeah. You know what it means? Like, I could like my neighbor's pickup truck, right? Which I do. A bunch of neighbors have pickup trucks. I like them. But do I want their bills? No. And with their pickup trucks, I would sell it. Buy a bicycle.
Okay, one thing.
Yes.
How come you don't accept it? Then give it.
Look, there was the World Citizen Passport, right? From the World Service Authority. Your grandmother was going to buy the passport for me. She took me to get the photographs. Then, that was like $25 just to get the photographs at Walgreens. Then she decided that she didn't want to do that. She didn't want to do the rest of it, which was like $100. So that tells you what? She's a liar. She's just playing with me. It's like a narcissist. They are nice to you, and then they are mean to you. They're nice to you today, and then they're mean to you. They want to play this game where you kiss my hand.
You know why though?
Mm-hmm.
Because like, mom got it from Grandma. Mom gave it to me to give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want it.
So give it back to Grandma. Why?
She's giving away money.
It doesn't matter. I don't need it.
You don't need. You're always randomly talking about how you need money for your tools, and I need money for that.
Next, your mother works a bunch of hours. just listened to me, she would be retired. You know what retired means? $1,000 a month, enjoying her life, you know, in a rocking chair like that. Plus traveling. Mm.
Why? I knew you were that urban ninja. You know that.
And it shall come.
Yeah,
You might have to go to work though.
Mom's paying for it. But I want to help her out pay for it because then she'll be broke and she won't be able to pay for it anymore.
Look, as soon as it's $20, let's make a trip over there.
It's not.
He'll let you go in there for $20 on open gym day.
I can't go to open gym without at least 1 month of training.
All right, then you'll go get 1 day of training.
I can't.
Look, there was a martial artist, right? He kept going to the free 2-week classes. After a year, in the free 2-week classes, he was defeating the senior students because he kept going from one school to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. After 1 year, he was not a beginner, right? You can see all the beginners' mistakes. They stand wrong, they punch too, lean forward when they punch and fall down, things like that. You saw the little kid. How many hours of classes do you think the little kid had? The little Bruce Lee. With the
Hours of watching that TV.
with that nunchuck.
To copy Bruce Lee's moves on the TV. Hours and days.
He could copy the moves. And what did Mr. Miyagi say in The Karate Kid? In one commercial, he said, "You should have seen this movie so many times by now that you should be a black belt." He's right.
Okay, but damn, Grandma wants to give you money. Why don't you accept it? Or why won't you let me and Mom or whoever else accept it?
Look, son, did you pay for the bill at the China buffet yesterday?
That's out of the point.
Did you pay for it?
No.
But God provided for you. I had 3 ice cream cones.
I got 1 ice cream cone and a bunch of
Sugar donuts are your
I had 2
favorite?
sugar donuts, yeah.
Wow, I even brought some food for Mimi.
You did?
Yeah.
I got sushi,
all
got
that food,
shrimp.
yeah, all that stuff you didn't eat. I said, oh man, I don't want to send it back, and I feel guilty about people throwing it away. And I was thinking of that video we saw where people throw things away, and the guy on the bicycle shows up to pick up the trash cans, and he picks the chicken and the food, and he takes it to his children.
Okay, but down.
Yes.
So you're saying it's bad to accept money, free money, from someone you don't like, trying to make amends, and to have extra cash in your pocket.
Rosa's father, my mother's father, had an uncle that told him, "Shut up." And so my grandpa, he was a young man. It must have been around whatever age he was. It happened. He never spoke to this uncle again. Years later, the uncle wants to talk to him. And my grandpa said, "No." And he just kept walking away. Now your great grandpa was proud, right? What does the Bible say? How many times do I forgive my brother?
77 times. Over 77.
Right, times 7. But Grandpa wasn't that way. He wouldn't let me teach him English. You know why? He said, "One day you're not going to show up, and I'm going to get upset with you, and then I won't see you anymore." But what was it? What did his family do to him?
You're saying it's bad to keep extra cash.
No, his family declared him dead so as to be able to take away the land that he had inherited when his father died and stuff like that. But his family, his relatives were lawyers and judges. Can you imagine that? There is no crime in killing a person that has been legally declared dead.
They killed their own family?
Why not? I told you about the Salem witch hunts. Oh, you own a house, you're a widow, you're a woman? Okay, you're a witch. Let's take the house now. Let's take her property.
Well, you're saying it's not bad to have extra cash.
No, what I'm saying is that God will provide for you.
Well, it's good to have extra cash.
This money that your grandmother gives to me, I send it back. Doesn't she send it back to you?
No.
Yes, she does.
She gives it to Mom.
That's fine. She gives it to your mother. Your mother has so much money.
No, she doesn't.
You know why she doesn't?
Why?
Because she doesn't listen to me, so everybody robs her. But she doesn't listen, so I'm not able to help her. But when she does, when she will listen, one day, God willing.
We don't have any more influence.
When your mother listens to me and listens to God, this family will have enough cash.
Dad,
Yes, sir.
why is it bad to have extra cash?
No, it isn't bad to have extra cash. Didn't the Good Samaritan have money?
Yeah, then why don't you let me have the money?
Because I'm not going to go back to Anna and tell her to give it to me, to give it to you.
It's your money.
All right, the Buddha was asked, this is from Tony Robbins, if someone gives you a gift and you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong?
Well, what?
No, you got to be able to answer.
I don't know the answer.
All right, someone brings a stove or a refrigerator here as a gift, and you do not accept it. You don't sign for it. To whom does it belong? Do you know?
The person that gave it.
The giver of the gift. Correct. So if someone insults you and you don't accept their insults, then they belong to the giver of the insults. You see, your mother, grandmother, wants to hurt me. Wait a minute, she's not supposed to leave. The plumber needs us. God bless you and those that surround you.